Good morning, Belzer. I'm Christian, and I'm your anchors for today, January 18th. Yeah, or Thursday, January 18th. Please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to
It
the
was too
flag
slow.
of the United
I'm sorry.
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is National Winnie the Pooh Day. Our lunch options for today are chicken Alfredo and pepperoni Bosco with cheese. Our sides today are assorted fruit and broccoli with cheese. National news, crews are finally set to take down the Circle of Lights display this weekend. They were supposed to come down on January 6th, but due to weather, temperatures, ice, and snow, they had to delay the process. Yamikon, Russia, already considered the world's coldest town, had temperatures get to 80 below zero last Tuesday, and plans to get colder with 88 below zero in the forecast. A 6-year-old Florida boy named Riker was killed by coming in contact with a bat and getting rabies. Now to Ryan with the sports and weather.
Tonight, 8th grade girls basketball plays at home in the Hyatt Gym. 7th grade girls basketball team plays at home in the small gym. The boys basketball team plays away, as well as the wrestling team. On this day in sports history was the first PGA Golf Championship in Bronxville, New York. Now back to our anchor.
Thanks, Ryan. The Belzer dance team will practice after school again today. The Hero Store will be open today for 7th graders and tomorrow for 8th graders for you to spend your hero points. The Academic Pursuit had a contest again last night. The 7th grade team clawed its way back from a big deficit to tie Northview 27-27. Alexandra Turiainen dominated all scorers with 22 of Belzer's 27 points. Also scoring for Belzer were Landon Nelson, Becca Cedar, and Jasmine Neely. The 8th grade team won 38-11. Good job. Today is a silent reading day. The Belzer blog is linked on the webpage. On this day in history, in 1896, the first X-ray machine was used. The celebrity birthday today is Karen Brar, who is a movie actor and is turning 19 today. The joke of the day is, why did the Witches team lose the baseball game? Because their bats flew away. Here's Mr. Harsha with the rest of your morning announcements. Have a great day, Bruins.
Good morning, Bruins. I want to talk to you about something very important today, so I'm going to ask students that you are paying attention. Teachers, if you have students who are being restless or just coming in the classroom, needs some settle down, please have them settle down and make sure that they are listening to my message. Students, I want to talk to you this morning about a pretty serious incident that occurred yesterday in our school, and many of you now know about that incident because I sent a message out to all of your families yesterday afternoon. We had an incident yesterday where a student, a Belzer student, made a very poor choice and brought a weapon into our building. I want to talk about that with all of you so that you understand the severity of that incident, and also talk to you about 3 different things. Okay? The first and foremost thing that I want to talk about is that yesterday was an amazing example of teachers and students who, when they found out or even had suspicion that something was wrong, they said something. Okay? This sounds very elementary, but there's a phrase out there that just says, if you see something, say something. And I'm so proud of our students yesterday who chose to do the right thing by letting the appropriate people know that they thought something was not right about the situation. That allowed us, the proper people in charge, to investigate, handle the situation, and make sure that we kept all students safe. So, number one thing I want you to take away from today is you've got to be able to use good reasoning skills and understand if you see something, especially here at your school, even at home, even in your neighborhood, you see something that is not right and your insides are telling you this is bad, let somebody know so they can do something about it. So that's number one. Number two, I think back to my very first week of school. I met with all 7th grade students and all 8th grade students in the gym. And one of the big things we talked about that day was choices and consequences. It's a conversation that I have with students almost every day. And I want to remind you that if you continue to come to school and make good choices, you very likely are going to have good consequences. Now, those consequences come in a variety of ways, whether it's hero points, whether it's positive approval from your parents or your teachers, whether it's good grades in your classes. But there are lots and lots of opportunities that are created for you when you continue to make good choices. I also need you to use this incident that occurred yesterday as a very serious and strong reminder that poor choices, negative choices, will lead to negative consequences. Whether that means at school, whether that means with the law, whether that means with parents at home. Sometimes, guys, as teenagers, we deal with situations and we sometimes respond. We respond out of emotion. We respond out of impulse. We respond just because it's what our friends tell us to do, and we don't take a little step back and say, if I do this, what could be the consequence? And I just want to encourage you guys, you are young adults, and you have to start thinking about the consequences that your choices bring. There are some students that were involved in this yesterday who are facing some extremely serious and negative consequences for some choices that they made. So I encourage you, as you move throughout the day and throughout the rest of this year and really for the rest of your life, that you continue to stop before you act and think about what are the consequences and is it worth the risk of those consequences. Lastly, I want to stand here and tell you how proud I am to serve as principal of this school. Every single day I walk the hallways and I am impressed with the work that I see going on from our teachers, our staff, our parents. I love to see that so many students stay after school for activities and clubs, sporting events, performing arts. So many kids that walk around this building with a Bruins shirt on, wearing that with pride. And I want to remind all of our staff and all of our students that the majority of the students, the overwhelming majority of the students in this building, do exactly what we want them to do each and every day. And that is where my focus will continue to stay. I appreciate all of you who continue to do good things, come to class on time, do your work, participate in discussions, study for your tests, get involved in after-school activities, clean up your tray in the lunchroom, all those little things that we expect of students. I appreciate all of you out there who are listening, who are doing those things that we ask. Now, as in any situation, in any business, in any company, in any group this large, there's very often going to be a small percentage who don't seem to get on track, who make bad choices or have bad days, students who choose not to do some of those things that are right. But I want to encourage you that are in the majority to keep doing what you're doing. Keep treating this school with respect. Keep treating each other with respect. Keep treating your school with pride, and know what an incredible school this is. So thank you to all of you who are doing the right thing. And again, thank you for your time this morning. I just wanted to make sure we address that situation. Again, your focus is, if you see something that's out of whack or that you know is not good, find somebody to tell, guys. And it may not be me. You may not be able to find me. You might not even be able to find your assistant principal or counselor. Maybe you feel more comfortable talking to a coach or one of the ladies in the front office, one of the cafeteria staff, the custodian, one of the IAs. It doesn't matter. Find an adult that can help you with the situation and say something. 2, don't forget, choices bring consequences. Whether they're good or bad, they're going to bring appropriate consequences. And please stop and pause and think about those choices that you're making. And then 3rd and finally, be proud. Be proud to do the right thing. Be proud that you go to an amazing school with amazing students and amazing staff. That's all I've got for this morning. Thank you for your time, and let's make it a great Thursday.